Hi. Even though I came up with another extra video to do today, I still wanted to stick by doing a trailer reaction video for Spider-Man No Way Home, uh, because I love being very late to parties. Um, but, I also had a good time with the first one, and I figure make it a regular thing, not spending too much time on it, but Uh, it did, and sitting with it for a little while, as opposed to last time. It was just the day of, was it Monday? No, it was last Monday. But anyway, um, the Spider-Man trailer. Now I wanted to come up with some reason other than the appearance of my favorite Spider-Man villain, Doc Ock, as played by Alfred Molina, in the trailer, as some other reason other than that I would be excited for one of these new Spider-Man movies. I haven't really been excited for a Spider-Man movie since Spider-Man 3. But this Spider-Man movie does something that I wouldn't have expected to make me more interested in it than I have been in Homecoming and Far From Home. Not that there was anything wrong with those movies, but I'm faithful to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I hear there are rumors that he might be in this movie. Um, but those were my Spider-Man movies, and so these are just kind of icing on the cake, or even like the decorative flowers. But the as presented, the story seems to do a couple of curious things that resonate with certain things that I've felt about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like. I liked that Spider-Man was the only one of these Avengers who has a secret identity. My growing up with superheroes and not reading the comics, just knowing from them from TV and movies, I liked that they had secret identities. They had double lives. There's Bruce Wayne and there's Batman. There's Clark Kent and there was Superman. And I like that in the DC movies, that still seems to be the case, with the possible exception of Aquaman, but there hasn't been enough of Aquaman for there to be two identities. But anyway, in the Marvel movies, I noticed right from the very beginning, I mean, that was the whole fun thing about that movie, or one of them, was that Iron Man says at the end, "I am Iron Man." And all the other, Thor is Thor. Captain America is Captain Steve Rogers. Everybody knows who these people are. The Hulk is Bruce Banner. Everybody knows. But Spider-Man, it was the only hero where they didn't, and so that was. I liked that, even though it didn't quite fit in, but like at least Spider-Man still has a secret identity. The secret identity was a driving force in the Tobey Maguire ones, but so now J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. Speaking of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, has outed Peter Parker as Spider-Man to the world. And so it gets to a similar theme to the first Marvel movie that really got me into the Marvel movies, which was Civil War, which is taking responsibility for being a superhero. And that was something that I hadn't considered before. It was very interesting. And so now, as opposed to, we've always known that Tony Stark is Iron Man, we've always known that Captain Rogers is Captain America, Spider-Man's been operating under the radar. Nobody's known. Now we know. Now there will be consequences, because we weren't in charge of what Spider-Man was doing. He was doing his own thing. And so I like that element of it. And also Doctor Strange. Things have been said about Doctor Strange and other trailer reactions that I've been watching. And as usual, it was Dan Murrell, I believe, who gave the perspective that I was kind of leaning towards, which is, this is a trailer, not the movie. So if it seems like Doctor Strange is doing weird, untoward things that don't necessarily go along with the responsible character, or the responsible character that we think he is after one movie and then a couple of appearances in other movies, that might look different, might look better in context. I would prefer if it not be somebody disguised as Doctor Strange and therefore doing the mischief, which is a rumor that I've heard from, again, these other people who do the reaction videos. But one of the things that I liked about Wonder Woman 1984 was her being a little bit more reckless, not being the honor-bound warrior, but doing things that taking chances, making mistakes, getting messy, as Ms. Frizzle would say. And so I like I think that, I like Benedict Cumberbatch just from the things in the trailer. I like the fun that he is having, that seems to be having in this character in this story. So those are the things that that get me interested. There's also the potential promise of multiverse, of characters popping up from, again, the older movies that I grew up with, that I already love. Those have, that is all, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be one of the quote-unquote DVDs I must have for my Amazon list. I don't know how many times I'm going to want to watch this movie, but there seems to be more promised in this movie to get me more interested in Spider-Man than I have been in a long time. And again, like getting back to, it shows brief clips of his friend, his aunt, being seemingly interrogated, and so the whole idea of consequences for being a superhero, but not our superhero, just a superhero. I'll be interested to see how that goes, but probably not in a movie theater quite yet. I'll hold out for streaming or maybe renting a DVD. But I am curious. So those are my thoughts. Share yours if you agree or disagree in the comments. Yeah, Excelsior.